while since you've seen this face on I'd Podcast That. And not trying to make excuses. I just want to let you know what's going on. We're going to kick this show back up and get it rolling again. And the original intent of this show was actionable information people can utilize to improve upon their podcasting, their podcasts themselves, and all of that. And the last time I did an episode, we were actually in a different location. We have now relocated the studio. We have 1,200 square feet. I'm sitting in a big, gorgeous video and audio room. We have a separate audio only room. Engineer Jeanette's going to show her smiling face really quick. There she is. And I want to give a special shout out to her. Thank you, Jeanette, for jumping behind the board and running this show. Much appreciated. Other changes. We've got a little hangout area where people can come together, collaborate on ideas. We're kicking our meetups again. We just had our first one last week. They will be monthly, the third Tuesday of every month. So if you're in the Orange County or, South LA County, North San Diego County, we've had people come from as far as Riverside and San Bernardino. So we put on some pretty good meetups, and they're in person. We've got a great big room where we can maintain 6 feet of distance for those of you who are concerned with social distancing. Just tons and tons of information has come through us. Tons of changes have happened. And I'm super excited that I'm going to be back behind the mic giving you some information to help improve your podcast. So the artwork has changed. It's over this shoulder. I feel like the people on YouTube that don't know where to point to the buttons they're saying is there. But all of that set aside, we now have 15 active shows, which is just incredible. We now have a couple of editors that are part-time. We have a part-time engineer. Jeanette, again, is doing some social media for the station and a few of the shows. She's learning to engineer shows. She's just doing a phenomenal job. But Sitch Radio has grown. And I'd Podcast That is now the official podcast of Sitch Radio. So if you want to keep up with what's going on at the station, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can also find us on Facebook and YouTube. Videos going out live. The audio is live on sitchradio.com. Click I'd Podcast That, and you'll be able to catch that player. And again, just keep up to date with us. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brian Colburn. I opened Sitch Radio going on 3 years now. Basically because people said, hey, if you had a studio, I want you to record my podcast. So I started a studio and they all kind of vanished. So I started hustling and came up with some customers. And again, we've grown into 15 active shows to include 511's Call to Service, which is phenomenal. And this month, they did a tribute to 9/11. We have Prepare, Respond, Recover for Reed Exhibitions. Promoting NDEM and the ICS shows, which is very cool. We are now working with Zach Giffen and John Weisbarth from Tiny Home, and we're doing a Tiny Nation Home podcast, just helping them facilitate and change city municipal codes to help people get into tiny homes, off the streets, transitional housing from drug and alcohol, homelessness, into a tiny home. And then a lot of people are staying in these tiny homes, which is kind of cool. I myself like to refer to myself as a minimalist. I think I have more equipment here than I do at home. Probably have more property here than I do at home. But yeah, a lot of great shows. We're still running EM Weekly with Todd DeVoe, Sjogren Strong's Running Strong. Just so much exciting stuff. We just launched the Cacao Crowd. If you're into this holistic health and cacao, you got to check that show out. Megan does a phenomenal job. A lot of the same shows, a lot of new shows. Come check us out. If you're, again, in the area, come on by, check out the studio. If you're not, you can check us out at sitchradio.com. But today, I just wanted to do a short, brief, I'm back. This will be a weekly show, 1 o'clock on Fridays. And next week, we are going to talk about something that you'll be able to implement into your podcasting strategy to help grow your show, improve your show, and all of that. And I'd Podcast That has its own private community on the web. If you go to sitchradio.com, scroll down just a little bit, right-hand side, you're going to see the I'd Podcast That logo. Click that, join the community. It's free, and it's for podcasters who want to improve their podcasting. If you don't care about improving your skills, presenting, your skills interviewing, tips, tricks to grow your show, it's not the place for you. If you really want to hone skills and become a better podcaster, a lot of information is shared there, and we are slowly building that out as well. So with all of that having been said, we're going to roll some outro music. Super excited to be back. I know it's brief, but next week we'll have some actionable information for you. Until next time, we will see you. Thanks for watching.